Ndewonu. Hello and welcome to another lesson. Like we all know, this is our weekly lesson, and we continue again today from where we stopped in the last class. So if we remember correctly, the last class we continued with Mmadu, right? And we highlighted different categories of Mmadu, from Umuaka, from Nwata, that's a child, up to Agadi and Okenye, who are the adults. Okay, so today would also continue with Mmadu, but then we're now focusing on the family unit for today's class. So before I begin, just for the sake of those who are just joining us for the first time, no, welcome. Kendianibu, who are we? Okay, Kendianibu, who are we? So we are Nkata Igbo Media and Editorials. Nkata simply means conversation. So we are Nkata Igbo Media and Editorials, and we are dedicated to promoting Igbo history, language, and culture through engaging webinars like the one we had the previous Sunday, where we discussed about our respective passions to promoting Igbo language in various capacities. Then we also have the lessons on language, which is like what we are doing currently. And we also promote our authentic identity at home and abroad due to how we represent ourselves. And we'll be launching a marketplace soon where Igbo-made resources can be sold or listed. So if you're someone who it could be fabrics, it could be books, do well to reach out to us. Okay. So kedu anyị ga-amụ taa? What are we going to learn? Ihe anyị ga-amụ, what we are going to learn. Okay, we're going to look at Mmadu na ezinụlọ. We're now going to look at Mmadu when it comes to family. Ezinụlọ means family. So we're going to see the various terms for parents, for children, for siblings, for grandparents, nephews, and nieces. Okay, we're going to see how these terms can be used and also learn how they are pronounced too. Okay. Remember, if at any point you have a question, you have to use the WhatsApp group chat instead. You can drop your question there. I have access to the WhatsApp chat. You can also use the Q&A button on this app. I believe it should be when you click on the three dots, you should see the Q&A, and you can click on it and also ask your question there. But then there will be a chance to ask a question at the end of the lesson where you can raise a hand and you'll be given microphone access to speak if you prefer to ask your question by speaking. Yeah, now let's get into it. Ezinụlọ. So in Igbo, ezinụlọ is the word for family. So if you want to say my family, you say ezinụlọm, ezinụlọ. Okay, so this is the tonal markings to help guide you with the pronunciation. So the one going down towards the right is the low tone. The one going up towards the right is the high tone. So this is low, this is high, this is low, this is high, this is low. So we have a, z, na, o, lo. Z, na, o, lo. So low, high, low, high, low. Okay. Z, na, o, lo. Okay. Ezinụlọ. Right. So now, in the first class, we also talked about mbochume, which are the consonants. So these are the consonant letters, right? And then we have the odaume, which are the vowels. So these are the vowels. And like we said in those classes, that vowels give sound to the words. So these consonants you are seeing here do not have sound on their own. They do not give off sound on their own, or let's say audible sound. So it's the vowels that help give them the sound. This is the pronunciation rule in Igbo. Okay, so that's why we have a Z. So this Z letter takes the sound of the E, a, Z, na, o, lo, lo. Okay. Now a Z no lo. How did the term come about? So we have a Z, which can mean outside or exterior or external, right? And then we have olo, which means an abode or the house. So a house is called olo, or a building. Sometimes home can be called olo, though we mostly use be as olo, but then olo, we mostly use be as home, but olo can also be used to mean home. So when we say ezi na olo, we mean the exterior and the interior of a dwelling place. Okay, that means family, because in the Igbo culture, family is not just parents and children, right? It also means cousins. It also means kinsmen. It also means umwada, you know. So those are the external members of your family, and then the internal members of your family are your immediate parents and siblings. So when we say ezinolo, okay, we mean including your cousins, your nephews, your nieces, you know, all these other people who are not your immediate sibling or parents or relation. Okay, so ezinolo includes, you know, other members of your family. So while it can still be specific to your own directly related family, it can also extend to external members of your family. Okay, so ezi means outside or exterior. Some call it iro, but then ezi is the standard term. Ezi outside, then olo abode, inside. Okay, then when it comes to the family tree of the ezinolo, we first have the nne and nna. Nne, mother. Nna, father. Nne, mother. Nna, father. Okay, so na is simply a conjunction term, which is and. Na means and. So this is a term for parents. So when we want to say parents in Igbo, we don't have a single term we use for parents. We just say nne na nna. Okay, so if you want to say my parents, you'd say nne na nnam, nne na nnam. Okay, nne na nnam, that means my parents. Okay, so that is how we say parents in Igbo. So now, how can you use this in a sentence? This is omomatu. Omomatu means to give an example. Omomatu. For example, Mona ezinụlọ na-abịa. Mona ezinụlọ na-abịa. Na-abịa. Okay. My family and I are coming. So my mo family ezinụlọ. Oh, sorry about that. Mo is actually I, not my. Sorry. So my family is ezinụlọ. Ezinụlọ. My family ezinụlọ. Then I, mo. Okay. So when it comes to the Igbo language, when you have to mention you and another person, you start with yourself. Okay. Unlike in English, where I comes last, where you say you and I, or my family and I, or my sibling and I. In Igbo, I comes first. You come first when it comes to Igbo. So that is why mo comes first here. Okay. So mo na ezinụlọ. My family, this M is the pronoun for my. Okay. My. Okay. Ezinụlọ, my family, and na mo, I. Then nabia, nabia are coming, are coming. Bia, coming. Nabia are coming, right? So munezinulom, nabia, my family and I are coming. Okay. And second example, habu nne na nnam, habu nne na nnam, there are my parents. There are my parents. So like I said before, parents, nne na nnam, which is my mother and my father. Nne na nnam, my parents. There are habu. Okay, ha means they. Okay, that should be the third person plural. Third person pronoun, plural. There, ha, then bo, to be, bo, to be. Okay, there are my parents. Ha bo, nenanam. Now, going further to other members of the family, like we said in the previous class, nwa, 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 or nwa, nwa. So you might say nwa or nwa. They both mean child. Okay, so a child is nwa. So if you want to say my child, you say nwam, nwam. There will be a pronoun m next after this word. Nwam, my child. Okay, then the plural for child is children, right? In Igbo we have umuaka, umuaka, or it can still be just be omu, omu, omu. So umuaka, children. Okay, then one name means sibling. One means sibling. So nwa from child, ne from mother. Okay, so one name, mother's child. Okay, so you relate to your sibling from your mother. Okay, you relate to your sibling from your mother, but then you relate to other members of your family from your father. Okay, so one name, mother's child. So your sibling in Igbo is basically from the same mother. That's what it means. Born of the same mother. Okay, so one name is my mother's child, my sibling. Okay, though this word one is to extend to your step siblings, it can also extend to anybody whom you see as a brother or a sister. It could be a friend, it could be your cousin, it could be anyone related to you, or it could be someone that is dear to you. Can still be one. Okay, so you most probably see a lot of people use the term one to mean, oh, we are both Igbo, so Igbo one name, you are my sibling, Igbo one name. Some also use the term for someone that they've been through something with. It doesn't even matter their tribe. They could be non-Igbo, and they still see this person and say only one name. Some even see fellow Africans out and say only one name, right? So, but then it depends on you to know to which extent you extend the meaning of one name, right? But then majorly it's your sibling. Then umune, siblings. So umune is a plural for one name. So nwa, nne, mother's child. Umu, nne, mother's children, right? So umune, siblings. Ndia bu umunnem. These are my siblings. Ndia bu umunnem. These are my siblings. Then for brother, we have nwanne nwoke. Nwanne nwoke. So nwanne, like we said, is sibling. Then nwoke is now specifying the gender of the child, which is brother, which is the male. Like we said in the first class, nwoke is the term for male, right? When it comes to humans, nwoke, male. So nwanne nwoke, brother. But if you want to say my brother, this is my brother, you say one name nwoke. So the pronoun m will come in between one name and nwoke. So it becomes one name nwoke, my brother. Okay. Sister, nwanne nwanyị. Okay. We said in the previous classes that nwanyị means female. Okay. So nwanne nwanyị, sister. Nwanne m nwanyị, my sister. Okay. Now, let's move forward to the next. So, omumatu, examples. So when you say Onya but one name okay, this is my brother. Onya but one name okay, this is my brother. Okay, you can still say Onya but one name to still mean brother, even though you're not specifying the nwoke of it. So if the brother in question is there and I tell you Onya but one name, you already know that I mean this is my brother. Okay. Because one name still means sibling, right? So it's not all the time that you have to specify the gender of the sibling. So you can just simply say only one name. It's only when the sibling in question is not there, and maybe you are trying to make reference on who you are referring to. So maybe I want to tell you that, oh, my brother bought me a phone. Okay. If I just say one name, Zotaram Ekwenti, okay, you might not know if it's my brother or my sister. So it could be any of my siblings. But if I say one name, okay, to start my coincidence, then you know that it's my brother, and you most likely know the brother I'm referring to, right? So when you say Onya, but one name, okay, this is my brother. Onye is the term for person, okay? Onya is this person, okay? Onya, this person. But then when it comes to translation, the person is not captured because you already know that it's a person that we're referring to, right? So onya bu, remember bu is the verb to be. Onya bu, one name nwoke, my brother. Ha bu umunne. Ha bu umunne. There are siblings. Ha bu umunne. There are siblings. So maybe you see a group of people playing and you're wondering, oh, I've never seen this other person before who is playing with them. And then the other person is telling you they are siblings. Habu umune, there are siblings. Chidi marihe mwabu mata. Okay. So this is from the previous example we gave in the last class. He was intelligent as a child. So this is just to show you that mwa as a child can also be mwata, right? It can also be mwata. Now, other members of the family, we can have grandfather. So for grandfather, we have nana. We have three different terms. So some use nana. Nana is the father of the father. So the father of your father is your grandfather, right? So some call it nana. Nanam, my grandfather. Some also call it nna uku. Nna uku. Nna uku. Nna uku. So uku means great or bigger. Okay, something that is big. Uku means to be big, right? So nna uku could be the bigger father. Okay, so it's also used for grandfather. Nna uku, the bigger father. Okay, so nnam, my father. Nnam uku, my grandfather. Okay, so some also use mpanuku. So this is usually common for the younger generation. We usually use mpanuku. Okay, like should I say the older Gen Zs would most likely be using mpanuku. Some also use papanuku. I think this should be common for millennials. I don't know. You can let me know in the WhatsApp group chat the one you use, and if you're a millennial or a Gen Z, if you use mpanuku or papanuku. So the use can also be based on region. So some I won't say state, but some communities, or in fact, it can be family specific. So some families use nauku comfortably, regardless of the generation they are. Okay, that is what they are used to. So some are used to mpa nuku. So mpa still means father. Mpa means father. Papa is also father. So some use papa nuku. But most people don't call their direct fathers papa. Okay, they usually call the grandparents, the grandfather papa. But then there is no rule on that. you use whichever one that suits you. So mpa nnukwu or papa nnukwu. You can still use nna ukwu or nna nna. Then for grandmother, we have nnenne. Nnenne. So nnenne is your mother's mother. Nne, mother. Nne, mother. So the mother of the mother. Nnenne, mother's mother. Can also be nne ukwu. Nne ukwu. Okay. Nne ukwu. Nne ukwu. Okay. Which also means grandmother. Some also call it ma nnukwu. Ma nnukwu. Just like we have mpa nnukwu. Some use ma nnukwu. So this is one I'm familiar with, but then different families use different forms. You can let us know in the WhatsApp group chat which one you use. Okay. Ma nnukwu. Some use mama nnukwu. Okay. Mama nnukwu to mean grandmother. So some still call ma or mama simply for their grandmother without adding nnukwu, right? Some still use mpa or papa for their grandfather without adding nnukwu to it. Okay. Then grandchildren are called omo. So like we have nnanna. Omo means the children of the children. The children of the children. So the grandparents can refer to their grandchildren as omo. Okay. Or if you want to specify that these are the grandchildren, ndiabo, omo. Okay. Omo, grandchildren. So a grandchild, the singular form is nwanwa. Nwanwa. Onyabo, nwanwa ya. So this person is the child of his or her child, of their child, right? Grandchild. Nwanwa. So enabling could be the nephew or the niece. So for nephew or niece, we use nwa nwanne, nwa wanne, nwa wanne. So your wanne is your sibling, right? Wanne is your sibling. Nwa wanne, the child of your sibling. Nwa wanne, the child of your sibling. It could be your nephew, it could be your niece. So for nephew, you can say nwa wanne nke nwoke. Or you can say nwa nwoke nwannem. Okay? Nwa wanne nwannem nke nwoke. That's if you want to be gender specific. But most times we don't gender specify when it comes to the children of your siblings. So you say nwa nwannem nke nwoke or nwa nwannem. Okay. Then for cousin we can say nwa nwanne nne or nwa nwanne nna, right? So nwanne nne is it could be your uncle or your aunt, but then your maternal uncle or aunt is your nwanne nne. So nwanne nne is the sibling of the mother. Okay, nwanne, sibling, nne, mother. So nwanne nne, sibling of the mother. So nwanne nna is now the sibling of the father. Nwanne nna, sibling of the father. Okay. So now when you now say nwa nwanne nnem or nwa nwanne nnam, you are now talking about your cousin. Okay, your cousin. So now omomatu, let's see how they are used in examples. So mpa nnukwu na-akpọ gị. Mpa nnukwu na-akpọ gị. So mpa nnukwu, grandpa or grandfather. Na-akpọ, so this is a continuous. Whenever you see this hyphen next to na, know that it's a continuous tense. Na-akpọ is calling. Na-akpọ is calling. Ikpọ means to call. Na-akpọ is calling you. Gị, you, second person pronoun. Mpa nnukwu na-akpọ gị. Grandpa is calling you. The second example, ka m gaa hụ nwa nwa m. Ka m gaa hụ nwa nwa m. So nwa nwa, like we said, grandchild. Ka m gaa hụ nwa nwa m. Let me visit my grandchild, or let me go and visit my grandchild. That's how we say it here in Nigeria. I don't know if if that is how it's said everywhere. Ka m gaa hụ nwa nwa m. Let me visit my grandchild, or let me go and visit my grandchild. Okay. Ọ bụ nwa nwanne m. Ọ bụ nwa nwanne m. So, or can be he or she. So, he is my nephew, or he is my niece, or she is my nephew. I'm sorry, he is my nephew, or she is my niece. Okay. He is my nephew, or she is my niece. Right? So, one name could be nephew or niece, or is a gender neutral pronoun. So, it could be he or she. So, Daalu, thank you for joining us for this class. Okay. In Wirajuju, do you have a question? You can raise a hand if you have a question. If you raise a hand, I would unmute you to speak. Okay. So we have our first hand. Juliet. So Juliet, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Juliet, you can speak. You're still muted. Please click on the microphone button to speak. Okay.
Okay. He just came up. Good afternoon, everyone. So my question is, my question is about the siblings. Is there a way to specify if they are older or younger siblings? You know, for example, in other languages like Yoruba, you have the Egbon, which is the older siblings, and we have the Aburo, which is the younger siblings. So I'm asking in Igbo, is there a way to specify if they are the younger siblings or the older siblings?
Okay, thank you. That's a very good one. No, we do not have a specific way to specify. Some use the title of they, them. I don't know if there's a female version of that. Some use they to mean like the older brother, but then they could still extend to even your uncles, basically older male, right? So we don't really have a specific term for older brothers. So it's still one name okay. So it's just that when you now want to be specific, you have to elaborate by saying Nkata Tom. So Nkata Tom is like saying the one that is my senior, the one that is older. Okay.
Okay,
so
thank you.
Write that in the chat so that we see what it looks like. Nkata Tom or Nkata Torum.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else who have a question, please do well to raise a hand. Okay. So remember, you can also, if you don't want to speak, you can type in the WhatsApp group chat. Okay. And you can scan this code here to join the WhatsApp group chat. Okay. You can scan this code here to join our WhatsApp group chat. So if you have if you want to donate to our cause, to our organization, you can scan this to donate, right? So we have another hand. Juliet, do you have another question?
Yes, me again.
Okay.
So the Nkata Tom, is it for older siblings or younger siblings? When you say Nkata Tom, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Nkata Tom is for older sibling. So younger would be Nkemto.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Your pronoun will now come in between Nkemto or Nkemtor. Okay, you're now saying that it's the one that is younger or the one that you are older to. I don't know if that's the English way to say it. The one that I'm older to, like that's the literal meaning. Okay.
Yeah.
So to means to be older. So nkemto, since the pronoun comes in between, you're not specifying that you are the one that is older. But when you now say nketom, so the pronoun last, you're now specifying that this person is older than you are.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Okay, so I guess we do not have more questions. So if you, okay, I'll be sharing a feedback form in the chat. I'll also share it in the group chat. You can give a feedback on how the lesson went, and if you have suggestions or anything, just feedback in general, you can provide it via the link. So yeah, thank you all for joining today's class. We've come to the end of today's lesson. So we meet again next week, Saturday. And next week, Saturday, would talk about the last, sorry about the background noise. We'll talk about the last parts. We'll go into the last part of Mmadu, which is like the Omona, the Omwada, before we now go into a new topic. So believe me, there's a whole lot to learn. And this lesson continues every Saturday till the end of the year. Okay, so we're not going anywhere. Also, spread the word. The classes are free. And but if you want a much more intensive lesson where you get to learn about Igbo grammar, how to read, how to write, how to have conversations comfortably, then just write to us via this email, info@nkataigbo.org. You can also visit our YouTube channel, Nkata Igbo Media and Editorials, where we'll be uploading this class. You will also get to watch our previous classes too, just in case this is your first time joining us. All the classes are there on our YouTube channel. Okay, so yeah, thank you all so much for joining. Kodi na class ọzọ na-abịa. Bye.